Hello Nordanglish students, and welcome to the fourth tutorial in Learning to Program with Alice 3. In this tutorial you're going to learn about methods and variables, and in this tutorial you're going to learn to identify and apply variables to a program to create a score, to explore the use of events in your programming, and to identify and apply the use of methods in breaking down your program into sections. And by the end, you're going to have developed a program where the character kicks a ball towards a target, and if it lands on it, then the score goes up. So let's just load up Alice. And we will not create a new one, we're going to create one from our previous tutorial in tutorial 4, and we're going to then modify this to improve it to a little game. So before, Alice basically kicks the ball, and if it lands in the circle, then the ball will go down. What we want it to now do is, when the ball goes in the circle, a score will go up. So we need to create this. We need to create a little game, and based on when we click on Alice, and of course clicking on Alice is called an event. We're creating an event here, so we need to go to initialize event listeners, and instead of when it starts it runs this my first method, which it will still do, we want to have a second event that will be based on the mouse, and add mouse click on object, and we add detail to say set of visuals, custom array, and we say this Alice. Okay, and we say OK. At that point as well, I need to then go to the main world, which is just this, and we need to then add this new one into here. Okay, at the moment we have no other methods, so we need to go to scene and add scene procedure, and we'll say Alice kicks. And this time, if I go back to initialize, you should see Alice kicks, put it in here. We have a new method up here, which has nothing in, and I need to move everything from here into Alice kicks, and I can use do in order, so I can just drag this to the top, put them all into this section here, and then drag this to the clipboard, and we're basically going to move it to Alice kicks, drag it down, and we'll put it in. So that when we run it, she turns. She's not going to do anything until I click on Alice and it will move. Now the problem is we now need to make the score. So to add the score, I need to go to scene setup, and I need to go to shapes and text and add two texts. One will be called score, and I'll change the value to score. Press OK. If it doesn't work, just undo. Try again. Let's try again. Let's not put score in there. Oh, it did it this time. Sometimes it does that. It's a bit funny. And we'll just change the size to 1.3 in the properties. And we'll just move this along. So let's have it here. Let's add a second one. We'll call this value. And the value will be 0. And again, we want to have it up and along a bit, and we'll change the size to 0.3. So we've now got our two labels on the screen, and now we need to add some code to create in the variable and to assign the variable to one of these. And to create a variable, you could choose the variable down here, but if I add this down here, it creates what's called a local variable. Now, a variable is something that stores a value and can be called back. But a local variable will only be then used within the method. We want to be global. We want to be able to use it throughout the whole program. So I need to go to scene, and I need to go to add scene property. We choose a variable. It's going to be a whole number. I'm going to call this score, and then it's going to start with 0. So I'm basically, when it starts, it will be it will of course start with 0. Can't use it because I think I've used score already in the label, so I need to say score value. Press OK, and so my score value is 0. We go to my first method, and I want to assign the score value to being 0 to make sure it does go at 0 when we start. And at Alice Kicks, where we want the score to change is actually here. When the ball goes on the circle, we want to have the value assigned so the score value goes up by 1. So I need to say score value plus 1. Okay? And so when we got that, so that's now saying when the score ball goes down, the score value adds 1 and will assign to the variable score values. But then we need to then change this value here on the text box. So I need to go to this value, and we then say set value. I'm going to say hello for a moment. Click on it, and I'm going to say hello plus. So I'm concatenating, I'm joining whole number score value. I'm going to remove the hello, but I'm going to write, just have blank. I'm going to put that as blank. So if I run this now, nothing happens. Click, and then when it goes into the circle, the score, the ball should go down, and the 0 label will change to 1. Oops. Let's restart that. Of course, we have to wait for it to get into the circle. There we go, down, and the score goes up by 1. But of course, if we restart it, it's going to go back to 0. So we want to now have it going back all the way to the start each time. So with the if, we want it basically, whether it's if or else, we want it to come back to Alice. So we need the ball, and we know the ball goes down by 1, so here we just need to basically say ball move up by 1, and then we'll then say we can then have a loop here. Actually, we should be able to copy this. So while true, and we'll just say soccer ball moves backwards, and we'll just say not very fast, and we go to the function over here. We need to change true to decimal when it's we want it to continue, keep going if the distance is greater than, so let's say greater than 0.5 for the minute. Okay, well, not greater than, that's not equals to. You want to say is greater than. There. And I want to change the 0.25 to being the distance. So get distance to Alice. If it's greater than, then it will move. And I can do the same again. I can just right click, copy to clipboard, drag this down, so if it isn't, it will go back. And let's see if this works. Click. It's going a bit too slow though. I don't like the speed it's going, so however it's working, let's just close that for a minute. And let's just add the speed there. Duration, say 10. Say duration 10, just to make sure it speeds up. And that goes down, score goes up, shoots there, it should move. Just taking a bit too much time there. So let's change this duration, maybe to 0.25. Let's try this. That's much faster. That's better. Look at that. I've just noticed the leg keeps going up all the time, so you probably want to move the leg back down. Otherwise she looks a bit weird there. That goes down, which is perfect. Score goes up. Let's see if we can get it to 2. Again, the leg needs to be fixed, but we can fix that later. Maybe we can make the duration going a bit faster. Let's just see if we can fix a couple of these things. So when the left leg goes, we want to just copy this one and drag it so it comes back down. Let's change the random bit to custom value, let's say 4, and we'll change this to 5. See if we can get this much better there. Speed still going quite slow there, so let's say custom value, let's say 0.05, 0.05 just to make sure, and let's play it again. Run. That's better, faster now, and the leg goes back to the beginning. So let's see if we can get this up to 2. There's 1. And let's try, see if we can get up to 2 now. Down there and up to 2. So that works, perfect, wonderful. And that concludes this tutorial. Thank you for watching.